We finally got to see Michael open up and tell his side of the story after he decided to finally leave Angela in the season finale of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. I think this was the tell all part 5. So let's get into it. Okay, so Angela is at the tell-all and she's fighting with Kobe because Kobe was pretty much telling Angela that she doesn't know how to talk to Michael. She's constantly disrespecting him, and because of that, no one will ever have any kind of respect for Michael, and I think that is so true. And Angela didn't like it. She was getting on to Michael that Michael needs to stand up for his wife, even though we never hear Angela stand up for Michael. And Kobe was telling her all about herself, and she was getting up on his face and trying to intimidate him, but it wasn't about to work for Kobe. She was jumping up and down like a damn idiot, and TLC was pissing me off here because she was getting in Michael's face, Kobe's face, acting all sorts of crazy, and nobody on the production team was stepping in and trying to split it up. And if the shoe was on the other foot and this was a man or Michael acting this way, oh my gosh, they would have had security haul him off in a heartbeat. But since it's Angela, it's like she can get away with, I don't even know what it's going to take for them to finally step in. Angela felt like Michael didn't do enough, so next thing you know, she's like, yeah, as soon as you get home, I ain't giving you the green card. That's my green card. And as soon as Jasmine heard that, she started breaking down crying and she got extremely triggered. And this just really shows how controlling Angela really is. And I feel so bad for Michael because you know she's been holding that damn green card over his head. If she doesn't get enough attention or enough affection or doesn't get exactly what she wants right then and there, then she weaponizes the green card against Michael. She has to be 100% satisfied or she's ripping the green card away. And Shabuti, he is on Twitter and Instagram. He actually posted and he said, you all don't know the tea, but the real reason Jasmine is freaking out and feeling horrible for Michael is because I heard from a tip that there was an incident of, you know, it rhymes with silence but starts with a V. Somebody was being, you know, doing something they shouldn't have been doing, like putting hands on someone or hurting someone. And he said allegedly the night before at the hotel with Angela and Michael, which got swept under the rug as far as what the viewers see. This is why Jasmine is so unsettled, in case you were wondering. And so I was like, okay, is this the incident where she allegedly tased Michael? And he responded and he said, not to my knowledge, but it is where her hands got cut up, and to protect myself, hashtag allegedly. And you can see there's all kinds of different marks all over her hands, like she was fighting. And they didn't show up for the tell-all the day after this, so that would make sense. And there were rumors out here in these streets that Angela allegedly tased Michael in a hotel room. And I'm not sure if this is when they're in the tell-all or when they're visiting California. After the tell-all where the private investigator came up and said that he didn't find anything on Michael, I think that was like the first part. After that part, Angela took her daughter, the PI, and Michael out to eat. And at that point, she claims that she was done with Michael, but she said every time she gets to that point where she's back to be done, she'll be like really nice because she just wants to not have any drama and just end things on a good note, according to Angela, but we know how Angela is. And she said that once they got back to the hotel room, Michael thought everything was fine. But Angela was like, no, things are not fine, and I need you to take that wedding ring off right now and give it back. Again, another thing, she's just holding over his head because she's not getting her way, and she feels like Michael didn't ride hard enough for her with Kobe. And Michael didn't want to give it up because he's been wearing this ring on his finger for 4 years. He married Angela. He feels like he deserves it, but Angela was not letting up. Finally, she said he gave the ring up, and then there's rumors that she tased him. So now I'm wondering, did you tase the man in order to get him to finally give you the ring back? but she finally got the ring back, and then she turned around and lost it. And Michael's depressed. He was showing off his empty finger where you can still see the indentation from the ring when it was still there. And he said his finger and his soul pretty much feels empty now. And Angela's like, yeah, I'm taking this as a sign. If I can't find the ring, then I'm going to go ahead and send him back to Nigeria as soon as I get home. Then we finally got to see what we all have been waiting for at the very end of the tell-all, the update on Angela and Michael after Michael finally got the balls to up and leave Angela. The one thing I have to say about this is I was expecting more. They only gave us like 30 seconds to a minute of footage from Angela and Michael both. And I feel like there's a lot more they could have said, like going into the whole situation. But I feel like we're going to probably learn more like in a future episode, whether it be 90 Day the Single Life or 90 Day Diaries. But Angela, she went back home, and like 3 or 4 days after the tell-all, she went out to go run errands, and she came back home and her worst fear came true. She said Michael was gone. She couldn't get a hold of him. And at first she thought the worst. Like we saw her come on John Yates' channel and try to tell people that he was missing. She had no idea where Michael went. And everyone was worried for Michael, that he was like abducted possibly, or maybe he was hurt. And it just seemed like she was playing clueless, like she had no idea why Michael would be gone. Then we hear from Michael, and Michael said that he waited until Angela went and ran errands and got something to eat and got some cigarettes. And that's when he decided to run for the hills. He said he finally could not take it anymore. She kept telling him she was done with him and to leave. So finally, he did what she asked. And that's what makes me mad about Angela, is she was trying to act clueless when in reality, if you told the man to leave, he did exactly what you told him to do. The thing is, she got away with telling him to leave and that she was done with him so many times in the past that she thought she pretty much desensitized him to it, to where he wouldn't leave. But lady, you left out the part when you were trying to act like he was missing at first, that you literally got the ring back from him, said you were going to send him back to Nigeria as soon as he got home, and literally told him to leave. So Michael said that as soon as she ran and did her errands, he grabbed his backpack, his jacket, his court documents, and he left the house. And a lot of people speculated that he had someone else pick him up, but he claims that he walked for about 5 hours and he was so tired. He felt like his leg was gonna fall off. He almost got attacked by a dog at one point. And finally he was able to use someone's phone and call and reach out to one of his 2 friends he had, and they were able to help him get to the bus station. So they ended up putting him on a Greyhound, and he spent like 18 hours on a Greyhound to get to where he is now. And now he's living with a friend in an undisclosed location, because this man, you can tell, he's very fearful of Angela finding him, so he didn't want to let the producers know where he was at. And Angela, she ends things by saying, yeah, Michael, I'll see you again, whether it be on a plane or in court. We know that they will be seeing each other in court because she just filed for annulment recently, but Michael just hired him a lawyer after he raised over $44,000 from his GoFundMe, and he plans to fight Angela's annulment. He hired this lady that is a lawyer, and she has a lot of experience with cases like this, and Michael is trying to fight the annulment and instead move forward with a divorce, and he's trying to get spousal support and trying to come for half of what Angela has, and he's trying to have her pay his court fees at the end of all this. And Michael is trying to act like, look, I was literally trying to fight for my life. I had to leave, otherwise I felt like she was seriously going to hurt me. And he even pointed out that he went through a lot with Angela, a lot of different abuse that we can see on 90 Day Fiancé. And I'm sure he has plenty of receipts of her cussing him out, saying all kinds of things, holding his green card over his head. And we've seen people expose voice memos of her in the past. So I'm sure he has plenty of voice memos, videos, receipts. Angela's former psychic spoke out on TikTok like a week or two ago, and a lot of things she said provided a lot of insight into why Angela is the way she is. So this psychic alleged she met Angela at like some party or something, and her and Angela hit it off. And Angela was very interested in the fact that she was a psychic, so she was trying to get like a free reading out of the girl. And she's asking Angela, or she's asking the psychic about Michael. Do you think me and Michael are gonna work out? And she said yeah, or no, she didn't say yeah. She's like, I can't tell you if you're going to work out, but I see a lot of fireworks. It seems like a lot of anger. He's going to make you more upset than you have ever been in your entire life. And that was true. That's exactly what happened when he ended up and finally leaving her. And then Angela allegedly was asking this psychic about Billy, the guy that we saw had cancer and was from Canada, and he unfortunately passed away, rest in peace. But this was back around the time when she was filming with Billy, and she's like, yeah, so what do you think about Billy? And then she was asking about, oh, do you think me and Billy are gonna fall in love and be together? Then she started asking about another man, and I guess this man, her and him allegedly got a hotel together, and they're all cuddled up, and he flew out to see Angela, and he didn't even have money to take a plane back home, so she ended up having to buy his ticket. And I guess he was going through a lot, so they were cuddled up in a hotel room together. And it seemed like to the psychic, she was more interested in this man than she was in her husband, Michael. Angela was saying, do you think this man loves me? Are we going to be together? Do we have a future together? And she even said that she had met his family and his kids. And the psychic was confused because she's just thinking the whole time, like, what about your husband? And the psychic claimed that Angela said, please do not tell anyone about this guy that I was asking you about, because nobody can find out about this. This has to stay between us. And the psychic promised her it would, but eventually Angela turned on the psychic. I can't remember what exactly happened, but they ended up falling out. Angela was calling her and being very volatile and yelling and screaming and just threatening her, and eventually the psychic cut her off and finally decided to spill the tea on Angela. And then she also revealed that allegedly one time when she was hanging out with Angela, she claimed she walked in the room and she saw Angela partaking in that booger sugar, you know what I'm saying, that white girl, and claims that she was sniffing a line up. And she said as soon as Angela noticed that she had saw her, she hurried up and put it away real fast. But now that may make a lot of sense why Angela is always so irritable. Maybe it's her coming down from the drugs. It just makes a lot of sense to me if that's the case. You guys already know my past, and back in the day when I used to do drugs like that and get upset, I was not able to control myself for my anger, and I would just be so chaotic like we're seeing Angela be, and I would not be able to calm myself down. And that's exactly what Angela has been giving us this season. And it also makes sense why Angela is constantly thinking that Michael is doing something to her, because in reality, it sounds like she might be the one that's unfaithful. I don't have any proof for that, but that's what the psychic is saying. She was at least in a hotel allegedly cuddled up with another guy, and she won't even let Michael look the direction of another woman or even be on social media to, possibly see pictures of other women. But she's gonna be in a hotel with a whole nother man while she's married. It just seems like a lot of deflecting and her thinking that Michael was just as bad as she was. That's why it seems like she's constantly cutting Michael and everybody else off because she doesn't want to hear anybody tell her about herself, because she just wants to deflect and act like the victim and put it off like everybody else is the problem. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Michael said he would be open to coming back for another season. I have a feeling this is not going to be the last we see of Michael and Angela. I'm sure they will have Michael come back for a season of The Single Life. And here's the thing. I feel like they would bring Angela for a season of The Single Life, but Angela has already said that TLC brings Michael back, then she refuses to come back. And now there's rumors that Angela's daughter Skyla is allegedly supposed to be on 90 Day The Single Life. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what people have been talking about on Reddit. And if that's the case, I wonder if that's because Angela found out Michael was going to be on The Single Life and was like, oh hell no, you guys are not filming with me. So now they're going to the next person closest to Angela, and that's Skyla, so they can still try to find a way to weasel Angela into the storyline and throw her on us. Skyla has the personality of a paper towel, so I feel like if they bring her on, it's gonna be a lot of us just seeing Angela. That's just how I feel. I don't even know how Skyla would be able to do it with all those kids, but it seems like Angela's with the kids most of the time anyways. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about that, if they do end up bringing Skyla back or Angela back. But if that's the case, I just feel like, does TLC not listen to what the viewers say? Because people have been begging TLC to stop bringing Angela back for years. Even if they bring Angela back, I feel like it's just going to be us seeing her put another man through what she put Michael through. But here's the thing. The chances of her finding a man that's as submissive as Michael and willing to put up with all the disrespect and control that Angela put Michael through is going to be like 1 in 100,000. Nobody's going to put up with that BS at all. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Do you want to see a video with me talking about the rest of the tell-all? I plan on doing that, but this video is already long enough, so let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, check out my lashes at AccordingtoAmber.com, and thank you so much for watching.